TV. You know what it be, Say the Arts TV. Let's go!
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Nakesha Wrights, and I'm here with Save the Arts TV. And so we have an awesome filmmaker here with us today. Can you please tell everybody your name?
Darrell Smith, Terry D Films.
Awesome. So can you tell us about some of the films you've done? I'm gonna let you hold the mic.
All right. My first film was A Deeper Love, which is in Walmart still. It was in Redbox, and it stars China Lane. She's in Precious, Cadillac Records, and she's in the new Spike Lee. She's got to have it on Netflix. And Big Boys Don't Cry, which is my anti-bully film, which will be out in July. And I also have another movie dropping this year called Welcome to My World. And I just did a short film called Destiny with Tasha Pollard. She's standing over there. And she actually produced the film. And it's a short film. It's called Destiny. And she's starring in it. I'm starring in it. And so people at Netflix got a hold of it, and they think they want us to turn it into a feature. So it's a short film, and they want to turn it into a feature. And Cash Money, one of the producers from Paid in Full, got interested in it. So we actually produced and Paid in Full. Auditions are being held actually today in New York. I couldn't be there, unfortunately, for the auditions, but I am directing and producing it. I wrote the script, but it was held at the Pearl Studios today in Manhattan, New York. And we had a month ago, we were in Cary Studio. We was in Cutting Edge Studio in Cary, and we actually held an open call audition there. So we're gonna bring probably another week or so. It'll be back in North Carolina. Maybe somewhere here in Greensboro, maybe in Wilmington. We're going to hold auditions because just looking for that new fresh talent, and we got some veterans I think coming on also.
All right. So out of all of your films, do you have a favorite film that you've worked on?
I would say that I would say Destiny is the short film. Because it was something that was really nice and fresh, and I didn't have to use my own money. Tasha Pollard, she produced the film, and so it was like, that was something new because I produced all my other movies with my own money. So, just to have someone else putting up their money off something that I wrote, and was able to collaborate together, and it flowed together, and we're moving on to do other things together. So that was something that was real positive. So right now, Destiny is probably one of my favorite films.
Save that money. So the auditions that you say will be coming to North Carolina soon, probably. Is there a way that people know how to look out for that? Where can they look to find?
Well, it was in Backstage. I'm going to have things in Backstage. I'm going to have things now, I think, in Southern Casting. Someone told me about that. So I'm going to put something on Southern Casting, and social media. And basically, that's how you're going to be. You can go to my website, terrydfilms.com, and I have some things listed there to where you can have local auditions, which will be held out. I'm trying to shoot a few films this year. So it's like, I've been sort of in hiatus, I guess, for the past couple of years. But I got 2 films that's dropping this year, which is Welcome to My World and Big Boys Don't Cry. Those 2 films will definitely be dropping this year in July and one in August. I'm not sure the exact date. I think Welcome to My World is July 30th or somewhere in July 30th it is. And so I'm excited about those 2 films. So I'm ready to go back to work and really do something, really, really positive. I mean, I want to work with this guy behind the camera, so he's awesome filmmaker, and I want to do some things. So I got a couple of scripts I think are just really, really bangers, and I think that right now with this film, Cash Money, it's going to open up more doors for me and for a lot of the other filmmakers that's sort of in the circle that I'm in right now. So I think it's going to be a positive. It's going to be a big year.
Awesome. Yes, so that is awesome. So the 2 films that you have that you talked about coming out this year, Is it something that you actually personally went through, or is there something that inspired you to write those two films?
No, actually, the two films that's coming out, I guess, Cash Money. I wrote Cash Money, which was originally called Cold Cash Money. They changed the name to Cash Money, but it was a gangster flick, and I intentionally wrote this gangster flick because it's a gangster flick that doesn't use the N-word not one time. It's no hard cursing inside of the film, no sex, but it's gangster. And so, I wanted to do something to bring people into our world, to let them see it without, like, everybody could look at Cash Money. You understand? Everybody can go and look at that. It's almost like the 1930 movies, the gangster flicks of 1930s and 1940s. They were gangster flicks, and they didn't have cursing, they didn't have sex, they didn't, you know what I mean? They didn't even curse at all in the films. And what do you call? A lot of them films are called classics these days. So I was able to pull that off, and I intentionally wanted to do that. And then the other film, which is also dear to me, is 17 Days, which I wrote. And I'm going to shoot this probably independently with my own money if I can't find any investors. But I'm going to shoot that locally. It's a domestic violence film. 3 women die every day to domestic violence. And I had to do a movie on this called 17 Days. And I already got it. It's going to be a 15-day shoot. I'm going to shoot it straight through. And this film is going to impact a lot of people because it's almost like I'm doing something that's never been done before in this film. I'm actually having a film within a film. I'm having real live victims of domestic violence tell their story while the movie's going on. So you're going to have the fictional part of the movie, which that people are going to be able to identify with, but also the actual people who went through domestic violence. And it's not like it's connected to the film. It's like telling their story. So it's like a filmockery, I call it.
Okay, so this is my last question. What actually inspired you to start filmmaking?
Man, I've always wanted to, man, since I was, I just looked at movies all my life, just so many different films and different things, and I think that I've always been inspired to do films. I've never went to school for this. God just anointed my life to be able to tell a story, and I never forget. I want to tell people out there, you can do it because God has put a gift inside of you, that you can do something that you might not have schooling for, but you have an anointing in your life for it. And I just basically, I read a book called Filmmaking for Dummies and Writing Screenplays That Sell. And I'm happy to say that I've done 4 films that I wrote, directed, and produced. And I've done a couple other films that I just directed and produced. But I have never lost money on a movie, and my movies aren't, in big. I mean, I got deals with Amazon Prime and maybe Netflix and BT. I mean, with my distributor, I got distribution. So when I do a movie, it's definitely going to be somewhere in a store or something. So thank God for that. But it's not like my movies. Listen, I've never lost money on any of my films because God has anointed me with something to be able to take my movies and I have a platform of also touring across the entire country, promoting and selling my films in different venues, malls and other venues that I sell it to, and people come out and they support it. And so that's been phenomenal. So I definitely want people to know that go and do it. And there's so many platforms that's opening up digitally. And these days, you could do a film right now and put it up so many different places, and you can obtain income with it. So I just want to tell the filmmakers, you got an idea, just go and do it. Stop talking about it, just be about it.
You heard it here. Stop talking about it and just be about it. And this is Save the Arts TV.
Now play your part and say the arts. Say the Arts TV. You know what it means. Say the Arts TV. Let's go.